Hello there. Welcome back to Building What Matters. This is Andrew Robles, and today I'm here with.
Alina. Thank you for having me, Drew, today. And I'm happy to be here finally. Not over just the mic, but in the camera.
Yes, today's Alina's first day, actually. No, not first day, but Alina's on camera, and it's always good to put a face behind the voice of those questions. So, for those of you curious of who's always asking me questions, well, here she is.
And today we're going to discuss about business planning, resolutions, and all the things that happened this year and that shaped us.
Around this time of the year is the best time to plan for the next year.
I agree.
So last year at this time, I actually went to a business planning conference in Fort Lauderdale, and what I learned there was a business plan is not something that you just make once and then you create your business and then you stop looking at it. It's something that you do. You consistently read it. You consistently review it, add to it. So, for example, last year at this time, I put in my business plan that I was going to get my contractor's license in Arizona and then get my contractor's license in Florida. So that was part of my plan
Mm.
last December.
Mhm.
And then by March, we had it.
Nice. So, what is your plan for the next year?
I would say so this year, just going into 2025, I would say that this was a year of adding a media sector, a social sector to Foundational Builders Corp, attaching a personality to the construction company was one of our goals this year. We've done it extremely successfully. If you think about it, we have like what 12,000 YouTube subscribers, over 1 million views on YouTube
That's huge, actually.
for 2 months. We've gotten, I want to say, 6 or 7 covers, features, magazine articles. So all that stuff is part of our flywheel.
Mhm.
And one of the things that I've noticed what it does is when you tie in the media sector to the construction, it legitimately, in my opinion, just makes things easier because developers know who we are, they
Mhm.
know our personality, they know what they're getting, they know that he's knowledgeable. He's also, I mean, developers are not robots. Developers are not guys that they're not nerds that read books that study real estate 24 hours a day. These guys are people that go out, they go to Wally's, they do deals here and there. You
Mhm.
know, they want to talk to pretty girls. So that's who these guys are. So at the end of the day, construction is a great business because it's a sustainable business. It's not a fad. It's not a dot-com bubble. It's not a tech bubble. It's not a VC bubble that's going to fade out like social media. Nobody's out there creating the next Facebook.
Yeah, I like the idea of social media, and I like the fact that FB Corp is moving forward in this because it makes it easier for a potential client to understand what kind of work we do, what kind of quality, and I mean the whole process. Basically, you can see it online, and I think it helps businesses to grow a lot. Social media is an instrument that creates the image of the company, and I think it's a good start for FB Corp
Hmm.
uh, to
Okay.
grow
Okay.
in
So
this.
I'm going to ask
Yeah,
you. So for those of you that don't know, Alina comes from a real estate background, and you sold real estate where?
I I'm still selling real estate in United Arab Emirates, in Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Ras Al Khaimah, different Emirates. I do real estate in Florida. I'm planning to do real estate in California as well. I'm planning to get my license here. But also, I'm planning to start doing real estate in Saudi Arabia starting from January.
Mm.
Yes, because it's a new market and I decided to focus mainly on Middle East because I'm pretty sure it's growing and it's gonna be the future, where all the people are gonna relocate. And I mean, I see a lot of growth and I see a lot of possibilities there. And Saudi Arabia just announced that they're gonna start selling real estate to internationals, because before you couldn't invest.
Okay.
So right now they're
So now my next question to you is, how does social media and marketing tie into your real estate business from your track record?
well, obviously sales and marketing, real estate, it's all connected. I mean, the same as I would say construction, because right now, nowadays, especially for the younger generation, if you're focusing on the younger generation, they are tended to look into businesses that have social media accounts. Because right now, I mean, like my age, if I'll do any kind of remodels or construction I would need for my house, I would look into social media accounts. I would look into Instagram, YouTube, to see how they do, how do they do their work, what are their reviews. Like, I'm gonna look online, I'm gonna research everything. And the same as like with real estate agents, because that's the way to learn more about the work they do. Because now you can tell like how many clients this person has, their experience. So I think that marketing in that way is the most and crucial part right now, and for real estate for sure. Because real estate is like, how do you get to meet people right now? Instagram.
Instagram.
Yeah. And the same for real estate. I mean, everything is on Instagram, everything is on YouTube right now. So
That's good. Good to know.
yeah.
Good to know.
In construction, and I think it's the best thing is that, since I do have experience in real estate, I do have experience in marketing. Right now, I do have experience in construction as well, so I can tell that it helps a lot to see different perspectives, and for construction companies, because I think it's good for FB Corp to have more open-minded international experience. I wanted to ask you, actually, the plans that you made last year, how was it today? Like, for example, you told us about Arizona license, right? You got it. But is there anything that you couldn't reach, the goal that you made, and you didn't reach it yet, and you are trying to change something for the next year?
I would say the biggest curveball that happened this year was the fires in Altadena and in Palisades. So you could have a plan, oh, Arizona, Florida, expansion, and then all of a sudden in your own backyard, thousands and thousands of acres burn, and now you got all these, homes that need to be rebuilt. So we allocated time towards that rebuild, right? Which we're actually, we have a meeting about that right after this podcast. We have a meeting about that in Altadena, but it happened. Obviously it's unfortunate it didn't happen. It happened, but it allows FB Corp to create a presence here, as well as in those other states, Arizona and Florida, because those are still great opportunity, as well as other potential states that we talked about. I think Massachusetts was one, Washington D.C. and Nevada. Those were 2020. Those could be, let's chalk that up as 2026 goals. But overall, I think that you have to be prepared to pivot, of course. But at the end of the day, FB Corp's done it's been a good year. It's been a good year, great opportunity. It was a year of learning and growth for everybody in the company. And on top of that, our marketing, our website, everything on that side of it is superior to where it was last year.
So it has been a good year for FB Corp, as I see. And business planning is the most important thing in business. And even with rebuilding Altadena, I'm already here with FB Corp for 6 months. And we've been working with design build program that we're working on for Altadena, for Pacific Palisades, for quite some time. But I think it's good because in order to create something big,
Yeah.
it takes time. It takes time to make something that people would love to use, to work with, to make it easier for other people regarding like construction, right? So I think there are a lot of more details about design build program that we didn't share with our clients yet, but more information is coming soon. But yeah, business planning is very important.
So the number one thing in regards to the rebuild of Altadena and Pacific Palisades that people need to know about is FB Corp. We're not a company that's going to price gouge. We're not going to take advantage of the opportunity and charge. I'm hearing 800 a foot, 900 a foot, 1,000 a foot. One thing about me is FB Corp has always bid a project at what the cost of labor and market rate is, meaning, and what I mean by that is there's a lot of clients that think, okay, I'm bidding a job in La Jolla, I'm bidding a job in Beverly Hills, I'm bidding a job in Malibu. This client has a fire, they need to rebuild. I'm gonna charge them a little bit extra. We've never done that.
Mm-hmm.
We've never done that. We will never do that. And 100% when clients and the people, they know who we are, they're going to know that we're a transparent and honest contractor. That's what we are. That's what we've done. At the same time, FB Corp got our license in Florida because I'm well aware of some of the tactics in Florida, some of the unethical general contractors out there, general contractors that are cutting corners, general contractors that are trying to take advantage of owners. And Foundational Builders Corp. We're licensed in South Florida. We're aggressively in Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Palm Beach, Boca Raton, those areas for a specific reason. Because people are sick and tired of contractors that are full of shit, that don't know what they're doing, that have excuses, that are not able to complete the project, that get a deposit, they never hear from them again, they don't have any manpower on the job site. So if you're looking for a real GC that's going to deliver results, FB Corp is in Florida. We're there. We're making things happen. And we're going to continue. And we're going to do the same thing as well in Arizona. Right now in Arizona, the contractors that are building multifamily have zero experience in multifamily. They're residential contractors.
That's crazy.
And
how people even trust these companies? Like, how do they even deliver?
That's why we got our license in Arizona. That's why we're going to develop the Tucson, Scottsdale, Phoenix, and we're going to do some great things in 2026 with our license in Arizona.
I believe in money karma. I believe that all those companies, all those people that are using clients that don't know anything, they've been, saving their money to build a house, to buy a house, and then some real estate agent or a contractor, GC, unprofessional, not responsible, using their money in a bad way. I mean, I believe in money karma, and I think that all those companies, they will have bad karma, unfortunately.
It's true.
I mean, that's life.
It's true.
So, speaking of unexpected problems, last week,
yes,
we lost a domain. How this even happened?
So, FB Corp, we had fbcorp.com. And we were actually here. We had a meeting. And Alina says, Andrew, website's down. I said, what do you mean website's down? So normally I was like, okay, let me find out what's going on with GoDaddy. Not a big deal. So I ended up calling them. They told me that they wanted $30,000 for fbcorp.com. Or I could lease it for $2,300 a month for like 14 months. So for me, I called Alina and I told her, I said, look, what we're going to do is I legitimately have new contracts out, clients ready to, sign contracts, and they're going to email Drew at fbcorp.com. So I said, okay, you know what we'll do is we'll lease it for a month or two. In the meantime, I'm going to get some other domains, which we got fbcorp.co.ai.org.
All the domains with FB Corp.
So we got those. Now we have both of them active. And it's just a situation where, yeah, they were trying to take advantage of us, and we were able to pivot. I want to say it was about a 48-hour panic over the weekend. But now it's Wednesday, and we feel good, and we're back on the ball. Our clients know what happened, and everything's good. But it was a form of extortion, leverage, and that's something that we are not going to tolerate. And again, they have money karma themselves. So,
well, we're gonna sue them because we had a contract with them. So
yeah,
we'll see how it goes. Okay, let's talk about news now. News in the field.
So as of right now, one of the biggest topics in Miami is that there's a new Democratic mayor that just was announced.
How? What?
Yeah, so
Democrats?
there's a Democratic mayor in Florida.
Something new.
I mean, as a general contractor, what we have to look forward to, because we're prepared for anything. But one of the things, as a GC, I kind of think that this might work a little bit in our favor. I believe that the only difference that you're gonna see is you're probably gonna see more affordable housing, less market rate. So developers are gonna pivot.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna pivot their business model a little bit, but I don't think it's gonna be effective too much. So I could understand why Miami chose Democratic mayor, but I think that as a GC, we're prepared for anything, whether it's market rate or affordable housing. We've done both. We build both, so it shouldn't affect us too much. Billions of dollars are coming in every year into Florida, so I still think that it shouldn't affect the market too much.
And also, I've heard for quite some time they've been discussing that Florida is planning to remove property taxes. And I don't know if that's going to happen, but from what I saw for example, in UAE, right, they don't have any property taxes. And I think that's a good idea because what they're planning to do, they want Florida to be the main spot, like where to invest in real estate in the United States. Because, for example, real estate here in the United States, comparing, for example, right, I can compare it to international countries. For example, return on investment is very low comparing to UAE. But if you don't have any property taxes or any kind of like those kind of fees that takes a lot of your income, it will help a lot people to invest, not only real estate investors, but also construction companies. They will grow. There was a discussion, right?
Yes.
About interest rate cuts possible.
So interest rate cuts is going to it's going to get homeowners excited, building owners excited, a lot of refinance. It'll boom the refinancing market. A lot of the market rate projects will come back to life. So it's kind of like when interest rates are high, you focus on affordable housing, and when they're low, you focus on market rate. So that's how we kind of built our business model. But with the rates coming down, it's going to create a new wave of enthusiasm for real estate agents and people wanting to put their properties on the market, and buyers and sellers, which in turn leads to us bidding more projects and converting more projects. So I think it's going to create a new wave of enthusiasm for sure.
Okay, then let's talk about the lesson of the week. And I think the lesson of 2025. What is the lesson of 2025?
Lesson of 2025 is love your enemies. Your enemies are going to go out there and they're going to try to slander you, talk about you, create obstacles, create things, put things in your way. But I think at the end of the day, they're only making you better. It's only making you more sharp, only making you more prepared. So be thankful for your enemies. If it wasn't, I got this quote from Joel Osteen, so it's a good one. If it wasn't for Goliath, David would still be known as a shepherd's boy. So be thankful for your enemies because they make you more sharp.
They make you grow.
Yes.
And sometimes you have to pay $30,000 for a domain when other companies are trying to steal from you.
Yes. So with that said, it was a great week, and we will see you guys again next week's episode on Building What Matters.
Thank you for having me. Have a good day.
Yes.